Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Dawn here, and today we're going to be continuing with my series from Papercraft Society Box 45, and we're going to be making a shaker card. So I'm going to slip this box to the side and I'll show you what we're going to do. So we are going to be making a 5x7 card. Now the star of the show is the outline die and the coordinating stamp, which you'll see in full in a minute. And what I did, because I wanted to make sure that the image is going to line up with the aperture. And so what I did is I cut it out. I just grabbed this and I coloured it in. I'd stamped and cut that out and coloured it in. And then what I did, I laid it over there like that. This is our main card, our card base. And I used a pencil just to draw out, not right the way around it, but just little markers so that we know where to put it. In fact, I'll tell you what, while we've got this, let's glue it down. I'm going to use a piece of glue stick. I'm going to use a glue stick for this. So I actually copied this, or printed this I should say, stamped this onto cartridge paper, some heavyweight cartridge paper. So someone asked me the other day, what do I use for stamping? I use cartridge paper for stamping because it's nice and smooth and flat. So that's what I always use. And I usually use the heavyweight, especially if I'm going to use it to make a card. So sometimes I use the smooth or the lightweight, but I usually use the heavyweight cartridge paper. So already we've got a nice card, but I have to let you know, you probably won't see much of this by the time we're done. So I'm going to pop that up there so that you can still see it. But the other thing I've done is, I'll get it the right way around, I've cut out from another piece of card, which is also 5x7, I've cut out a mat. And I've coloured it I've just used a tissue paper or a piece of tissue and coloured it with some ink. This is, I think it's called Muted Rose or something like that. And I just did that really just to give it a bit of colour. Now on the back, I haven't got, usually you'd use acetate for a shaker card, and you can do that if you want to. But I decided to use Velum just to be a little bit different. And I've got a layer of foam tape all the way around it. So because I've already got my foam tape on it and I've taken off the backing paper, I'm not going to turn it over and stick it to the table because I'll never get it off. And I have got in the box, in our fabulous box, we got some sequins. So what I'm going to attempt to do is pop them into the middle of the card. Now I've tried doing it where you put it in the middle of there, and then I have difficulty lining it up. So do what works for you. So this time I'm going to try doing it this way. And I tell you what, let's just empty the whole lot in there. Then we won't have to bother about trying to fiddle about getting it back. So I've emptied the whole carton, or the whole packet. And all I'm going to do is just flatten them out a little bit. I don't want them to go to the edge, but we'll just spread them out just a wee bit. And then turn that over, pop that into the middle, and then all we need to do, once we've turned it over, was there something that didn't come off? No, something was hanging over the edge and it was bugging me. But I think we'll be okay. So what we do is we turn that over, line it up, and press it down. Now hopefully that's not so many that it doesn't actually move. So make sure we press it down all the way around, because what we don't want the sequins falling out. And that was a 5x7 piece of vellum, incidentally. I will put all of these measurements in the description box below, so you don't have to worry about, not that there are many, I think they're all 5x7. And that will shake around quite nicely like that, which is why I said don't worry too much about the colouring of the image, because you're not going to see it. You would do if you had acetate in there, obviously, that would be a lot clearer. But what we did, because that part's so thin, we had a little bit of a, well, it's not really a problem, it's just a little bit of the tape showing through. So what I've done from my stash, so this is just a perfect demonstration of how you can use these fabulous Papercraft Society kits to blend with whatever you've got in your existing stash. So I've got some 3D stick-on flowers, and I'm going to use them, not all over, but just probably from there round to there. So I'm going to put one there, and actually I won't do the same one they're all different ones. I got the stick-on flowers, the 3D flower stickers, if you're interested, from Ryman, my local Ryman's. They've got their own 1893 craft. That's the name of their brand, 1893, because amazingly enough, that's the year that Ryman started their company. And so I will leave a link to them, and I will leave a link to PAPERCRAFT Society for anybody who's interested. So we're just going to leave that like that. Now, do I want some on the other side? I think what I'll do, I'll leave it on the acetate and have a look. You know what we could do? Let's be extravagant. I wasn't going to, but I might just leave that little bit clear at the top. And we'll do it that way. I wasn't going to put any on the other side, but why not? Our cards, we can do what we like. And then once we've done that, I think I'll just put 3 there. And I think that looks really good. So, whoops, that was my glue falling over, nothing drastic. So I'm going to leave it like that. I was going to put a sentiment on here, but I'm not quite sure what type of card it's going to be or who it's for. So once we've done that, that will move quite nicely. And despite the bulk, it will stand up like that. And I used a 300 GSM card for my card base. And again, I will add all of that in the description box below. Now that disproves the theory. I've heard some crafters say that if you're going to make anything with bulk, you can't put it that way because it won't stand up. Well, if you use a 300 GSM card, it will stand up, so there. Of course, if you wanted to, you could put it that way. It would look just as good. So you could put it that way and have it that way, but I'm going to have mine probably that way, so I'm not quite sure yet. Once I've made my mind up how it's going to be, I'll let you see it. But it'll probably stand that way because I like the way the sequins move when it's that way. That way, obviously, it would move from side to side. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it that way. So I hadn't thought of doing it the other way. It's just that someone said to me, "Oh, you can't put it on it. You can't stand it upright if it's got bulk." So now you know that you can. So there. So there we go. That's it for today. Very quick, another quick and easy one today. I'm trying to keep most of them quick and easy, so that you can just see the process and see how quick and easy they are to put these fabulous cards together. So that's it for today. I've probably got one more in this series because what I haven't used yet, apart from cutting up the odd flower, I haven't used the watercolour cards with the outlines on them yet. So there's one in particular that I'd like to get to use because well, they're all fabulous, but I've got one that's a particular favourite. So we're going to do that, which will probably be the last one in this series. And then I've got another series for you, which is completely different again. So no one can say we don't get variety on this channel. So I will see you soon with another card from PAPERCRAFT Society Box 45. I will leave links to these flowers and to PAPERCRAFT Society and put all the measurements in the description below this video. And I'll see you again shortly. And in the meantime, if it's sunny where you are, as it is here, enjoy the sun, but please do stay safe if it's hot. Have fun, take care, and as always, happy crafting. Bye bye for now.